We're on to our worksheet 2, the second part. Now if we have a look at this drawing, it's given us some symmetry that we can work with here. So having a look at how I might construct this one, I think the easiest process for here is actually work again from the end view, get that shape drawn out, extrude it back, and then come to the side and then cut that angle away, and then that should give us everything we need. Now the way I'm going to attack this one though is if I have a look, I have symmetry here. So I'm actually going to only draw one side of this on the sketch, extrude that and copy it. I could copy it and sort of flip it over, and I'll show you how to do that in the sketch, but I'm actually going to do it once I've made the body as well. So let's get into creating this one. So I'm going to go in and go up to the File, New Design. He's ready to go, and I'm going to go and create my sketch on the right hand side. So it's really handy to get this right the first time. We can reorientate if we need to, but let's try and keep it. If we come up here, you can see I can set a current view as my front or top. So if I need to reset something, I can. But I'm going to select it. I'm going to do it right from the first point. So in this case, I'm going to try and keep my point somewhere around here as my origin, and I'm going to pull it out from there. So if I have a look, I've got 56, half of 56 plus 22 as my rectangle, and I need to go 80 high. So let's start there. So I've got 80 high, and then what's quite cool here is I should be able to do 56 divided by 2 plus 22, and it will give me the size that I have. Now if I was looking a little bit closer, I would have noticed I had that dimension up here, and I could have just grabbed it from there, but we've gone through the process. You can see we can actually do some algebra and some formula to be able to calculate our sizes as well. So from there I can see I need 25 up and 22 in. So I'm going to grab my rectangle and go 25 up, 22 in. Okay, so then that gives me that there, and I need to add my line across here. Okay, and then I've got this part up here. What I might do before I do that is, before I get too confused, I've got some extra lines here. So what I can do is I can use a trim. I'm going to trim that. I should be able to remove that line, and even that line I can get rid of. But notice as I remove them, I lose some of my constraints. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my D and drop that on so that it knows what it was. I've locked that back in, and notice I've got my nice black again. But let's have a look at what we have here. So if I'm working from one side, I'm going to go 12.5 in. I need 15 down, and I haven't actually got how far that is, but I'm going to be estimating it's probably about I'm going to go 15, maybe 16 mils from that line there. So let's start by drawing that in. So I'm just going to use my lines. So we're going to go down, down, and across. And from there, I'm going to now use my dimensions to help tidy that up. So I know that that is 15, so I'm going to go, that one there needs to be 7.5. I know that one there is 13, so let's go 13. And notice it's kind of flipped it, so let's see if we can get that the other way. So I'm going to go minus 13. Is it going to let me do that? So I'm going to undo those so that I get, so 25 in is not what I need. I need that 7.5. I'm going to bring him down before I start trying to do that. and then I can pull that up and start adjusting. Okay, so I know that that's 12.5 in, so again, dimension from there to there. I don't want the line, I just want dot to dot. There it is, so 12.5. Excellent. And then we're going to have a look at what else, what other key dimensions do I have? 75 between the two, that's okay. And it doesn't actually have a dimension for that one, so again, I'm just going to guess and make that about 16. Now, notice it's now pulled that up. I still need what I can use now as a constraint. So if I take that one and that point, what I can do here is make them coincident, which then pulls it back down. So then that one there, I need as 15, which then should give me the shape that I need for this. Okay, so if I wanted to, I'm going to use my trim again, and I'm just going to cut that, and that removes it, and you can see it's now unconstrained. I can go and put that back up. So all I would need to do there is, I think that would be my 80 on the side there. So if I change that back to 80, we're locked back down, looking good and ready to go. So if I wanted to do my mirroring in here, I can go and go mirror. So from that, I'd be able to choose the pieces that I want to be able to mirror. So if I double click on the line, it should take me, is it going to do that? No, it's not going to play for me. So I'm going to select all of those. I then choose my mirror line, which will be that one, and you can see it will create my mirror. But in this case, I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to finish my sketch, and I'm going to extrude that shape out. So again, I'm going to go back, and I need to go back 140, so negative 140. There it is, and my shape is ready to go. So what I can do now is I can actually go and mirror this. So I'm going to mirror the body, so select him. The plane that I want to use is that one, and I've got the operation to be able to go a new body, but in this case I just want to join them, so it becomes one body. And there is my shape. Now that looks right from the end there. That's good, but now I need to take that cut out. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to go to my front. I'm going to add a sketch to there, and this time I've actually got reference points here because I've got edges on that plane. So this time I'm just going to use my line, start there, bring it down. Now it doesn't matter exactly where I go because I'm going to then add my dimensions in here. So I can see it's 15 from the bottom, 65 from the edge. So what I'm going to do is go to my dimension, so D, select from there to there. That wants to be 65, and that one to that one is going to be 15. So now I've got my shape to be able to cut away, so finish my sketch, and I'm going to go in and extrude that, and I can again just go through all for this one, or I can just pull it through like that. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through all, and that then is a better way to do it, because then if I change the size of it or adapt the shape, I choose my cut, I won't have to go then and manually tweak that. It's gone. Well, the shape needs to be cut. So now that is my shape. I think that looks pretty much like what we have there. Now this one we don't need to do a drawing for, so that one there, what we're going to test is in brass.
So I'm going to go onto my body again, right click on there, and I'm going to go in and go to my physical material. I'm going to go back down here and we're going to make this one out of brass. So just shiny brass there is perfect. So let's pull him up and then drop him onto that. So now I've got that out of brass. Let's check our properties. Right click, properties, and what you're looking for is 4914.412. How'd you go? Make sure we've saved that before we move on to the next one. So again, we're going to go, I'm just going to get IND this time, industrial design, Task1A, Worksheet 2, and save that.